Hello, and welcome to this week's program of the Rotary Club of Silicon Valley. My name is Farheen, and I'm so excited that you are joining us today. Each week, we connect with and hear from speakers who usually have a message focused on our love for innovation, entrepreneurship, and education. Today, I would like to introduce you all to our speaker, Bhandari, a project management and operations officer and a Rotarian in Nepal. Over the last 10 years, Ajang has been an advocate for telemedicine in his country and has been engaged in Rotary support of a telemedicine project for more than 4 years. Today, Ajang will be talking to us about the IT sector in Nepal, as well as giving a little overview of his Rotary Club. With that said, take it away, Ajang.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. So let me share my presentation first. So where is it? So let me give a brief overview of my Rotary Club. My Rotary Club name is Rotary Club of Jawalakhel. So it's our district is 3292. So it's been almost 15 years for my Rotary Club. It's been established 15 years ago in June 25, 2003. And our first charter president, she's the first lady charter president of our district 3292. So it's been a great honor to be with such a great club which has one of the greatest history in our Rotary 3292. If you see, in 15 years we have done 29 projects. We have covered almost all Nepal. So right now we have provincial system in Nepal. So we have almost went to 7 provinces. So we, the most of the project, if you see 68,300 people, they got the benefit. And there is also millions and millions of dollars we have invested on different type of projects till now. If you see, our main focus project are disease prevention, water sanitation, maternal and child health, basic education, literacy, economy, and community development. So these are the main focus project of our club. So it's also the focus project of Rotary International. So we are aligned with the Rotary International movement. As we all know about Rotary Center theme as service of self. So we are also working in that way. So we have been providing different services, not thinking about our own self. So we are working, untiringly to help our people. If you see for us, so there are so many things to describe as my club uniqueness. If you see here, our club is the club of first woman Rotarian. If you see, we have almost 50% people who are women who are leading our club. Our first woman charter president, our first woman district governor. So we have that part also. Also, we have our club also has first lady Rotarian of our country. So we have that kind of reputation in our district 392. So in this document, we try to highlight you what are the project areas we have been doing. You see here our international partners. Those are our international partners. So we have been working in different type of projects. So if you see, there are so many multiple type of projects we have been working. So I think in this session, I will be softly describing you about this life cycle approach. What is life cycle project, what we are trying to do in this life. So I will give you a brief overview on this part. Let me go to that part. So there are a couple of projects which has been kept as here. Some of the projects you see, we have been providing vocational training to the midwifery, the nurses, auxiliary NM, we call them as a nurse midwife. So we have been providing skilled training to them. So we have been providing some first aid and CPR training. So many people, after the earthquake in 2015, so many people were injured. So nobody were able to provide first aid. So we have been providing first aid and CPR training after this earthquake to mitigate any disaster like situation. So we have been providing this kind of services. We have been providing health care. We have been providing the health post support projects, and then also we have got this adolescent education to the especially to the students, to let them know what happens during the adolescence. So we have been providing that kind of things to the students. So and if you see this telemedicine project here in this section, so our club has been working with the Rotary Club of Sevastopol and with the collaboration with Sonama State University. So we have been, providing telemedicine service to the hospital there in southern side of Kathmandu. This is called Kist Medical College, where the project is still running. And then in 2017 we did another project, but not with my club, with different club, the Rotary Club of Bagmati in Bhaktapur Cancer Hospital, where we have been doing telemedicine project for cancer patients also, where I have also been involved in that project too. So you can see the Dr. James Goods, Michael Cook. So they have been, providing telemedicine session to the KISS hospital. This is the thing you can see, and there is very important project at another important project of our club, pregnant support program. So which we have been providing, support to the pregnant woman. So we have been providing the, regarding this nutrition, what should be their nutrition during the, pregnancy period. So we have been providing that kind of knowledge sharing session with the pregnant women. So we have been helping them. So there are a couple of projects. Let me go directly to this. Yeah. So I just wanted to show you one of the very important project of our club, which is called Life Cycle Project. So this is, but it's been placed in the light last, so that's why. Give me a minute, so I'll share. So this is the life cycle project which I really like to talk to you. Really like to, you more focused on this part. So in this project, what we are trying to do is providing all-round support to the people before birth to the elderly people. So we have been all the age-wise category people were addressed that important need from birth to elderly. From birth to the elderly people, if you see in country like in Nepal, wow, if you see our landscape, it's very, covered by the mountain, covered by the Himalayas, high tall mountains are there. So the most of the pregnant women, they are not able to get all kind of, support during their pregnancy care and also the referrals. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to provide them all kind of support during their pregnancy and their health needs, also their nutrition needs. So in this project, we are providing all kind of support from their starting phase to the end phase, from the before birth to elderly people. So we have been doing this project in place called Balthali, which is very beautiful place, which is the touristic area. From 2012 to 2014, we have done this project for 2 years. This project was so successful that our district recognized this project as one of the excellent project. We have been awarded district award for this single project. So this was highlighted even in our RI also. RI convention, this project was highlighted there. So if you see in this whole project, it's 1,650 people. Among their 157 pregnant related transportation facility we provided to pregnant women. If you see 350 students, they get a nutrition if in every day. Students got adolescent education, and they also the 417 women, they formed the 9 groups for innovative microcredit projects. So they have been supported for their income to generate the income. So we have been established some microcredits where they get the loans and they can do some kind of investment, or they can do some kind of farming related or anything they really like to do from that money. So we have been helping in that part. So this is the life cycle project. If we can see, though, it's been more focused on the woman part. So same project we have replicated in another part of Nepal. Same life cycle approach we have done with the help from this RC Birmingham from United States club. So they have supported on this project. So we have done this project for 1 year. So we have supported almost 300 pregnant women were supported, and more than 1,000 peoples, elderly people, students, and so many students, they received support during this project. So if you see the pictorial presentation I have right now, zoom it for you. If you see, we have how we started is, if you see, during the pregnancy care, like transportation support, their nutrition support, the pregnant women they require during that time, and during this period we try to provide them consultation regarding what kind of nutritious foods are required for their pregnancy. See, also if they require any transportation, if they want to visit the hospital during their, you know, while they are giving the delivery, if they require any help for transportation, we do provide it in that case. After the pregnancy, after they give birth, we provide the immunization, like they require some kind of vaccination, that kind of thing also we provide support. Then also providing them regarding nutrition, like how they should feed their children so that they become more and more healthy. So we have school day feeding, the school day feeding where we provide lunch to the students during their lunchtime, and we also provide some kind of training to the mothers, some kind of training to the school teachers also, to how to prepare school lunch for the children. So here we try to do that kind of activities. If we see we have some kind of vocational education, like if you see the mothers, if you come to our country, if you visit my country, what you'll see in the most of the most of the rural areas, the male population of males are quite low because most of the male population they are migrating to different part of the world for for getting very good jobs, or searching for a good job. They are migrating, and if you see in the north part, most of the places you see the most of numbers of people are the women and children, and old peoples are there. So by thinking on that, we are trying to provide a vocational education training to women group, where women can generate income. They don't have to rely on their husband's income. So we have been providing some kind of training and vocational education to the women group. We have formed the women group. Also, we have formed some kind of microcredit institution there. That microcredit institution provides some kind of group loan to them, so they can take a loan from the microcredit, and they can invest in their job, and they can earn back. They earn back and they return back the money to the microcredit. Then also we put some kind of health screen, like they also require some kind of health screen. So also we did provide that kind of support, and also at the elderly we provide warm clothes and blankets, some kind of hygiene set, and some health screening and recreation and engagement to the older people, so that they get the best of things from what they've been getting. So this is what we do in this life cycle project, and this is the most important project for us because we have been winning lots of award and lots of people really appreciating us, because due to this life cycle approach we have implemented this project in in our in our community very well. That's why the lots of people has motivated us to work on this part. So this is what we have been doing so far. You can see lots of projects we have been doing, but most important project we had done so far is a life cycle project, and there is another microcredit project also. So that what we have been doing. The same thing is also covered with this one, and another very important project for us, because next year our club will be led by a person who is very disabled person, who is a blind person. So he'll be leading our club next year. For next Rotary year he'll be leading. So it will be for the first time in our district, he'll be the first person to lead our club, who is very blind, who can see. So he's been taking this lead for this showcasing ICT tool and Bosia game. Bosia game is a game for disabled people. So we have been doing this project for last 1 year. So where we are supporting differently abled people to take participate in this kind of game, and they can really get self motivation. And then we have been working on this ICT tool where we have been helping blind people to read book. So where we are using a technology to have differently able people to read book properly. So we have been working on this project also. The next year we'll be taking this project to to the next level. So I think this was for my club. And regarding the telemedicine, so I have been not for 4 years, for last 10 years I have been involved in telemedicine project. Not in the form of in the form of Rotarian, because I have been Rotarian just for 2 years. So I have been Rotarian for 2 years. But if you see my profession, I have been working in telemedicine project, helping rural community uh, for establishing telemedicine project. From the last 10 years, I have implemented telemedicine project in Kalikot district, which is one of the remote place in Nepal, and where I have implemented telemedicine, where till now almost 10,000 people have got direct benefit of that service project, which I have done without any support from any people. So they have been done from local volunteers like doctors and like me, who have given their voluntary time to have people there in there. So that project also started in 2010. So from 2010 to 2019, if you see, the things have changed tremendously on there, and the people in that local community is now focused on building, constructing Nepal first digital hospital. By taking inspiration from our telemedicine project there in Kalikot, which they have seen, which they have found out it is very highly impactful, which they have found out that it will be one of the significant thing for there. So that's why they were so motivated. So they were now building up their first digital hospital there in Kalikot, and which is quite great thing for me, because the project which I have started now the local community has taken all the charge, and now they are building a digital hospital. So that's a great thing for me too. And if you see the telemedicine project, I have been involved, especially in Rotary telemedicine project for more than 4 years now. So I have already implemented two telemedicine projects, one in Kist Hospital, another in Bhaktapur Cancer Hospital. So from two different clubs here in Nepal, we are involved in this. One of the club is Rotary Club of Jawalakhel, which I am also involved right now, and another is Rotary Club of Bhandari, which is little different club from our club, but also they have some interest. But I have given some kind of coordinating help to that club also. Now, right now, what we are working right now is we are working on vocational training team for Rotary 2019-20. So where six doctors will be getting specialized training, very dedicated training on telemedicine from the help of global offsite care. You can see the name of global offsite care here. So from the help of global offsite care, six doctors from Nepal will get training there in United States, in California. They will be there for 6 days. They will be working on telemedicine project. They will be visiting telemedicine sites in US. They will get to know how telemedicine is working in United States. How can they bring that kind of things here in Nepal, that kind of practices here in Nepal. So six doctors will be traveling there. So among them, one of the doctor is also the very leading pioneer of telemedicine here in Nepal. He is also leading Nepal Telemedicine Association. So he'll be also be joining this vocational training team. And here you can see Dr. James Goods. So he'll be providing the training to our doctors there in United States. So we'll be working. So the most of the doctors, they will be working with him to get the know-how on telemedicine things there in United States. So right now we are working on that part. So see, let's hope what things will work on for us. And beside this, beside telemedicine, beside Rotary Club, I work in software company here in Nepal as a project operation manager. So we have been, developing the different softwares, quite a different tools regarding if you see digital finance and blockchain and artificial intelligence. So we have been working in that part. So this is my presentation regarding what I've been doing and what I have been doing through a Rotary, what I have been doing through my professional services. Thank you for giving me this time and giving this new opportunity. So I just want to pass it to Farin.
Thank you, AJ. That was awesome. Why don't you go ahead and unshare your screen?
Okay.
Perfect. Wow, thank you so much. That was incredible. Like, honestly, like watching your presentation, it really puts our Rotary Club to shame. Like, you so much good for your community, and I really hope that all of the members watching this, like his club is what we need to do. Like, we need to be doing this. So thank you for, you've just inspired me even more to want to help more. So thank you.
Thank you.
So I just want to move to a question and answer period. Cecilia, do you have any questions?
Where do I start with the questions? I have quite a few questions. First of all, we have a Rotary Club in our, well, let me explain. I am the district grants subcommittee chair for our district and have been for the last 10 years. So I oversee every global grant and every district grant that our clubs do. And we are what we call a super contributor, super user district. We contribute over $1 million a year to the Rotary Foundation, and we do probably now upward of $2 million a year in global grant projects. So we have, in fact, I wanted to say, before I get to my questions, Rotary Club of Sebastopol is a great club. They're actually north of us in a different district, but one of their prominent members is a past RI director. And I've actually connected with them on other projects and really like the way they do things. So you're with a good club there, and I'm very familiar with Sonoma State University because I have my aunt used to work there before she retired. Now, all that said, back to the questions. We have a Rotary Club here in our district, the Rotary Club of Los Altos. In that club is a member who every year for as long as I can remember, and much longer probably, has traveled to Nepal to do humanitarian work. And his interest is in solar cooking and alternative fuel methods in developing countries, because, as you know, deforestation is a huge problem around the world for people cutting down trees to cook their food and things like that. But they have a doctor in their club who is doing telemedicine as well. And they also are currently doing a project that is to equip and train in 16 birthing centers. These are government locations, sponsored locations way out in the rural areas where they have no access to health care of any sort. And so obviously a birthing center is meant to be for pregnant women and their children when they have them. And I think it really seems like a wonderful project. And I would not expect you to be familiar with any of that, but because clearly you're working with other organizations. But I was not aware that, although it's not hard to imagine, that maternal and child care is a big issue in Nepal, like in many other developing countries, just because of the risks associated with childbirth and what happens if the mother does not get good nutrition. So I thought so many of your projects are so good at addressing those issues, like your whole life cycle project. What a wonderful project that is, to address these things at every stage. And so, did you want to say something about that?
Me?
No, either one of you.
Regarding this life cycle project, so it's been developed by first lady doctor in our country, Dr. Shiniti
Oh,
Acharya.
Wow.
So she developed that project,
uh-huh.
and because she has, very good experience regarding maternal health and the child health. So by thinking on that part, so she developed that project, and we tested that project in one of the place, which is the eastern side of Kathmandu Valley.
Mm-hmm.
So where I am living, so it's in eastern, so where we tested that project, and that project has got very good output. It has given wonderful output to us. So we have been, recognized in that community also. Rotary was very well recognized by that project. So we again replicated the same project in another southern side of Kathmandu Valley. Again, now we are also trying to move this project to the more western side, where
Oh,
still the people are, not getting such things, such like nutrition and so many things. So we are now moving toward the west, and now we are trying to add one more element on that life cycle is a mental health. So we have a doctor here in our club who is very good at mental health. So we are working with him to develop a project, including to include mental health and life cycle project, so that the mother and children, the students, they get good care. So
yes.
whenever they go, they don't feel very hesitant to go to school. So we are working on that part. So we are also adding two more. One element is mental health, and we are also putting one more element that is called sanitary pad. So
Uh,
we will provide sanitary pad to the girl children. So that's why they get highly motivated to come to the schools. They get good
yes.
education. So we are also putting that part also on this life cycle project. Just the last I think 2 weeks back, we went to same place where we had started life cycle project. It's called Bhandari. So went there with some of the friends from Canada. They come on to us and they brought some sanitary pad, and so we distributed that sanitary pad. So now we are working on that part, so how we can produce in local level that sanitary pad, so that's why we can distribute freely to the women there in community. So we are working on that part also right now. So we
So,
are adding so
uh,
many things in a life cycle project. So that's why.
regarding that, is the project, the sanitary pads part of the project have to do with making them, the women making them for
Yeah,
themselves, or because, as you know, it's not sustainable just to provide the ones that you
yeah,
find in the store,
yeah,
um, because those are disposable. But in many countries in Africa, the girls, when they're in their teenage years, are learning how to make their own
yeah.
so that
So
they
we
can
are, yes, we
wash
are
them.
also providing. So let me continue. So we are also providing training to the women group there in local communities, so they can produce for themselves. So we are not only providing sanitary parts, but also we are providing training to how to uh, manufacture sanitary
Ah,
pads
good,
at the local level.
good. Well, your vocational training team project is quite ambitious, and I think it's really great
Yeah.
that you're bringing, able to send doctors here. So I'm kind of curious, how many members is your club?
Oh, sorry, so I haven't said anything about our members. So we have 43 members.
Oh, good size.
So, and if you see there, almost 50% are in number, like male and female ratio is 50-50%.
Great.
And unfortunate part, just 2 months back, we have lost our charter president, Dr.
Mm.
Kranti Giri. So she just died 2 months back. So we are now 43 members. Earlier we were 44. Now we are in 43 in number.
And so I have to say that I wonder if there is any other Rotary Club in the world whose incoming president is blind. I
Yeah,
think probably not.
yeah,
So that's quite a thing. I think that's great.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
That is,
just a couple of weeks ago, our incoming president, he has received award from our president for doing excellent thing in IT. So he just received an award from our president just 2 weeks back.
That's great.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If I may, I have a really quick question, then we can maybe wrap up. How exactly do you raise the funds to support the village? I think that's probably the big. I mean, like, I love everything you all do, but where does the money come from?
The money actually come from our partner clubs. They're in United States, some from Canada, or some from UK. So the most of the funds come from from our international partners. Also, we do some kind of fundraising activity here in Nepal too. So some of the people, they are very high income people are there also in our club. So we contribute voluntarily on this kind of project. So from there the fund comes.
That's awesome. That, I mean, it makes perfect sense, and I think that's incredible. So,
Yeah.
Cecilia, do you have any other questions?
No, I think I've dominated the question and answer session. So.
No worries. You basically asked and said everything that I wanted to say. So
Good.
perfect. All right, then. Well, then I will wrap up. So, Rotary members and guests, please make sure you fill out the attendance section and leave us a comment. And thank you again, Ajay. And I will turn it back to you for your final words.
Thank you. Thank you. So I think I have to speak now.
Yeah, you just wrap it up. Yep. If you want to, give us a message.
Okay. Thank you, Farid. Thank you, Cecilia, for your wonderful time. So let me wrap up. So I have been just quite a so been working here in Nepal. So just been 2 years, Rotarian for just been 2 years, but I'm finding Rotary as a very good place rather than going out to the Facebook. But it's working in Rotary, making a new friends, talking to the new peoples. It gives you lots of encouragement, lots of motivation for you like to work ahead. Rotary as a family, you really enjoy most. So I just wanted to say this thing. I'm just enjoying my Rotary life. And I also like to thank Farin for giving me this opportunity to speak.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.